Official Maroon Business, in association with ICR Music and Kema Maroon, presents.
What we're doing over here, because the main point that he pushed the whole trip, every single day he pushed the same thing. You have to get rid of some of the junk in your head and replace it with real information.
That's right.
That's his message.
That's right.
Get rid of that and put some good stuff in there. That's how you free yourself. So I want to talk a little bit about that. And then the last thing, not the last thing, but something else that I already spoken about, but I think is very important for us to capture the essence of this message. When I went to Cote d'Ivoire last year with my family, with Elvin, with Tony, and my sister Lori, who I was supposed to invite, and I forgot, she's gonna kill me, but it's all right. I stand on your word, sister. Everybody that's here is supposed to be here, for whatever the reason.
And I would appreciate and would like to hear from the young folks.
Yes.
What, after you talk about what you feel,
Yes.
I want to understand how you feel. And what's your name? I forgot.
Antonio,
Antonio.
that's my youngest.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I met him
At the chess club, yeah.
And I never learned how to play chess.
Well, it's not too late.
There we go. That's right.
So what I was saying is that when I went to Cote d'Ivoire last year, the most glaring thing that I learned, and I've known this, I came here when I was 7 years old from Borinquen, the island the white people call Puerto Rico. Right? I believe in self-identifying, so I would never call my island Puerto Rico. That's what the white people call it.
Okay.
It's like, check this out. I want to go off on a tangent for a minute, but black people in this, or African people in this country have been called black, colored, Negroes, African Americans, niggas. Guess what the new name is going to be?
What?
Foundational Black Americans. That's the new label. I'm just letting y'all know. Right? So that's why I changed my name. My name used to be Luis, but I changed it to Kasike. And since I created that name, I gave it a definition. It means free human, because my country is a colony of this country. So my name is a political statement, and it's about respect. Understanding what oppressed people around the world are like. Look at what's going on with Israel and the Palestinians and, all of that. But anyway, the most glaring thing that I understood is that most African people in this country could only trace their history back down south. But they also know that that's not where they're from. I'm talking about the ones that came from Africa. There were Africans already here that got thrown into the mix, and they were Indians or natives, whatever the white people call them, because those are all labels. But so when I went to Cote d'Ivoire last year, the most impressive thing to me about my trip, obviously the people and stuff like that, but in terms of social and understanding us as African people, they work in the city, sister. And when the weekend come, they run to the village to reconnect with their families, their elders, and their ancestors. And guess what?
What?
Tell me where we have place here in the United States like that. There's a couple places, right? They got couple African villages down south.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about what can we do here for our people here in Connecticut, in the greater Hartford area, New Britain, Waterbury, whatever, what can we create something like that for ourselves? Where we can meet once a week or once every 2 weeks and do exactly what we're going to do today. It ain't got to be for no reason. But we need healers in our presence.
Well,
we need elders. Then we need young people like Kemet and Erica and Antonio who bring that new voice that we need to hear to keep us current. You know what I'm saying? So this is my idea behind this. I try to do it at the chess club. I had a very, very strong following, but it was only a few people that were really loyal, paying or whatever. Everybody else just came like everywhere we go, everybody's the same. Everybody got their hand out. everybody got their hand out. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna create that because the other thing that I see here, because I worked in the school system and I've been in the community for years. Our kids, our youth, they don't respect their elders. And many times they don't even know who their elders are. So they don't respect elders in general, and then they don't know who their own elders are. Their great aunts and uncles, their grandparents and their great grandparents. They don't know that. And then not only don't they know that, but then they don't know what they did. Because you all know, especially you, Baba and Sister Nandi, that our families, each and every one of our families was known for something.
Yeah.
They had a craft. And part of our legacy is to know what the hell, yes, what did your grandparents do? What did your greats do? Because what's happened here, they have effectively, by not knowing who your, not respecting elders, not knowing who your own elders are, and then not knowing who your ancestors are, right? They completely disconnected and disbanded our family. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Cote d'Ivoire, I've been to Morocco, I've been to Egypt, and I've been to Ghana. And I'm telling you, elders are held in high esteem. You want to get your ass whipped? Disrespect an elder in public. See what happens. It can come from many directions at the same time. Mm-hmm. Here, we don't have that. I see young dudes disrespecting elders, and I see other young dudes and older cats standing around watching it happen. I'm like, what's going on, man? You know, so I want to bring that back, because that's the only legacy that I think that we can leave, is to because I got this message, Sister Nandi, from my ancestors. They say, you older now, you don't have that strength and that physical power that you used to have. So your job is to put out information for younger people to put into play. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're here today, is to talk about that, and to see how we can do something. I also believe in collective consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that if we all, at the same time every day, have the same thought or idea, it will manifest, no matter what it is. So, you know, we need to go back into our culture and into the things that we do. I believe it was Dr. Small or Phil Valentine. Well, Dr. Small always says, when you know your history, you erase the mystery.
Correct.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
And then we need to talk about, you know, bringing him back, but how else can we support him? Obviously, money is always a good thing, right? Because he travels, but he's a wealthy man. And he shuns that idea, you know what I'm saying? But how else can we support him? I believe we can support brothers and sisters like Dr. Small and others by letting people know who they are. Because to me, you should know who Dr. Small is, Phil Valentine, Kaba Kamene, Infundishi, all these great scholars, Francis Cress Welsing, man, the ISIS papers, you know what I'm saying? Our kids need to know, if your child knows who Donald Trump is, and he doesn't know who James Small is, then to me, you a black or brown parent, you're a terrible parent. You're just terrible. Because your kids know everything about these crackers, but they don't know nothing about their own heroes. People who've been on the front line for us. And it's like they say, man, we stand on the shoulders of giants, man. You know what I mean? So we have to acknowledge that and see what we can do about it to bring it back. I love Ghana was just, I mean, there's nothing like it. The first thing that I will say to y'all is that they don't have eminent domain. Here the government says, we want to build a highway through your house.
They can do it.
And then they say to you, and we'll give you 100,000.
And
you say no, they'll do it anyway and they'll give you nothing. And it's legal. In Ghana, if the government comes to the tribe, because everything is about the tribes, and that's why I started my own tribe, right? If the government comes to you and says, Sister Nandi, you as the elder or the chief here, we want to build something on your land, and you say no, the government has to put on an education campaign to convince you as to why doing that project on your land is good for your tribe, it's good for Ghana, and it's good for the earth. And at the end of that campaign, if you still say no, then that's it. There's no bullying, there's no strong arming, it's done. And so if the government builds here, and they're here for 50 years, 100 years, and then they decide they're gonna move somewhere else, that land goes right back to the tribe. They never lose their land. A non-citizen can lease land, because you don't buy land over there, you lease it for 50 years. And a citizen can lease it for 99. And at the end of that lease, you just release it. You don't have to change the term, you just have that understanding. We're gonna be here for so long, we're paying so much, and that's it. And it's different because, for example, one of the guides, his name was Pius, he's a learned elder over there. He was telling me that he had leased some land from a tribe, and he was using a space. But then there was a lot of space left over, and some of the tribe came and they started planting on his land, but not on the, where he had built stuff. It was, he said, that's absolutely acceptable. We don't even talk about that. Imagine that shit here. These motherfuckers would have had you in court and arrested you and accused you of all kinds of stuff. Over there, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
And so, to me, and I say this respectfully to everyone, if your base of reference or your base of orientation is here, America or the United States, whatever they call it, then you'll always be a white man or a white woman, because that's all you know. Here, racism is in the air, it's in the water, it's in the culture, it's in the church, it's outside, you know what I'm saying? So when you're subjected to that all the time, you begin to pick up all the nasty habits that these people have. And I look at brothers and sisters, man, and it's like Frankie Beverly says, why do we treat each other so bad? What's the deal behind that? But that's all learned behavior. We talk about money. I don't think black people should ever use that word. Money is a white man's construct, right? When you make money, it talks about the rugged American individualism, the individual, right? So when you make money for yourself. Creating wealth is an indigenous African concept. When you create wealth for yourself, your family, your tribe, your community. Everybody comes up. Not one, everybody. So we have to start, I want to bring those concepts to younger people, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully they can keep passing that on. Because if we can show them, Baba, that it really works, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to live like animals, always looking for a chance to steal from your own brother. You know what I'm saying? So we could be better than that, but it has to be like, for me, I don't want to offend anybody or anything, but I don't fuck with anybody. I don't feel that it's trying to do better for themselves. If you still want to be playing games, if you still want to be drugging, if you still want to be drinking, and just doing nonsense, I don't have a problem with that. But I'm not messing with you. You're not coming around me.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have to make decisions for ourselves that are going to be powerful, make us powerful, and have an impact. It's like I tell parents all the time. You got 2 kids? Well, you got 2 people that's hanging on to every word you say.
Yes.
So we have to be mindful of that all the time, And so, just stuff like that, that's what I want to do. So this is not like a one-time event or nothing like that. I want to plan on doing some stuff. But there's something I want to tell you, sister, and you already know this, but I just want to share this with the other people. Being in a room with an elder, they pass the information on to you just by being in the room with you. And our kids don't know that. Our kids cutting their hair, this is your first line of defense. When you get a gut feeling, it's because your hair told you about it. Because this is on the outside, the gut's on the inside. Your gut is going to react to whatever this tells it, or whatever this tells it, or whatever this tells it, right? So, we have to get back to those things, teaching our kids that being outside is good. I got 2 grandkids, man. They're beautiful. They're so athletic. I hate to say this, man, but them cats don't eat unless they have their little iPads with them. They just won't. Because that's how they were brought up since they were little. So now I think there's 6 and 8 or 8 and 7, but they won't eat without that. You know what I mean? And so I don't know, we just have to teach our kids that. I'm learning all these things. I'm around these learned elders. I listen to them. And we have to do a better job of letting our kids know who they are. I've been saying for years, if we don't pick our own heroes, if we allow other people to pick our heroes, then we never had any. You know what I'm saying? So,
Is that someone trying to get here?
No, it's my boy Roberto. He wants to play chess.
Oh,
I'm just gonna shut that off. Yeah, I have a group of men that play chess at my house regularly. It could be like 3. Like right now it was 3 when I came here, but it could be as many as 9 or 10.
excellent.
We're just playing chess and having that good energy. And I always like to take pictures where I'm around them because I like to post them to show our young people that, and especially white people, that when we get together, we're not all bagging dope and doing something, some nefarious stuff, you know what I'm saying? We're about our business, we're about our education. I try to encourage my wife and my kids to, to have knowledge of self. Because in my country, when you're here, a brujo is a male witch and a bruja is a female. I guess in America they call them something else for the males. I forgot the term, like a warlock or something.
Yeah. Warlock or wizard.
Yeah. So, but
the male.
those are all fancy names and titles and stuff. But when you begin to ascend, when you begin to elevate, the only thing that becomes clear to you is that knowledge of self simply means understanding that you know how to connect to the universe, because we're connected to every living organism, and most of us live and die and never realize that. So when you begin to realize it, then you look at life differently, and you begin to see other people's humanity besides your own. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like when I went to Amina Castle, when I went to the slave river, it was very sad. And I can feel the pain and the fear that those people had when they had to go through that. And once again, I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just expressing myself, man. But if you're a black or brown person, after you've seen that and you hear the stories, if you're still a Christian, then you know the white man is not the problem. You are. Because they have used the Bible and lies to, we really living on our knees. We're not standing up like men and women behind that. And in this country, I tell people, you're a Christian, if you're a Jew, a Muslim, or a non-believer, you're a Christian. Because everything in this country is based on that. Every law, every policy, whatever is based on that. So, I'm just sharing information, hoping to awaken people. They got to do it on their own. Obviously, we can't force them. But it's just, it's been so many powerful experiences. But I'm really interested in making sure that our children and our cousins and our nephews and everybody knows who these people are. They exist. They're real people. So I want to bring Dr. Smalls back. Here's the issue that I'm having, and this is for you, Sister Nandi. This is a logistical issue. I went to the Artist Collective in Hartford and, share with them that I was interested in bringing Dr. Small to speak there to do a lecture, and they didn't know who he was. That's supposed to be the...
I am not surprised.
Well, sister, that's supposed to be like the
I am
premier
not
art
surprised.
place for black and brown folk. Now, if we're going to have art, then we should know who some of our, great leaders are. I consider people like Dr. Small an artist because they're artists with their words. You know what I'm saying? The way they.
Who did you speak to?
Yvonne Harris. But I gotta be honest with you. I seen the Artist Collective, and I'm not impressed. I've been there for a couple things, and I don't think they're doing enough to really promote not just our art, but our history, our customs, our traditions. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I found fascinating about Dr. Small on this trip, and this is happening right now, right? There was another learned brother on the trip. And he kept saying to Dr. Small, when you gonna write your book? When you gonna write your book? And he said, well, what am I gonna write about? Everything I talk about, everybody already wrote it down. He said, I'm interested in keeping the African oral history tradition alive. We forgot about that. We forgot about that. So yeah, he's an amazing storyteller.
Dr. Small.
Yes. Amazing storyteller, and he's so comfortable, in everything that he does. He's knowledgeable, and he reminds me a lot of Dr. John Henry Clark. Dr. Clark was always ready to debate somebody, because his famous saying was, "I only debate my equals.
That's correct.
Everybody else I teach."
That's right. That's
And
right.
so up to that time, when he was alive, I don't think there was anybody that could debate him about the things that he spoke about. So he was teaching everybody else, man.
I moved with him.
Man,
I moved with him.
you moved with him?
I followed him.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Small used to live with him at the end there before he passed. Him and his mom. He was telling us a story that, Dr. Clark wasn't that, he didn't have a lot of money, but he was well respected. So when people came to his house, Dr. Small and his mom would dress up as butlers and, set up and serve and everything to make the doctor, look good and stuff like that. And that's the kind of stuff, man, that you don't hear a lot of people doing today for their elders, holding them in high esteem like that. So it's just a lot of stuff, but I'm going on Saturday. I know you're going back down south, right?
Saturday, we have an event, I think in Newburgh. I'll be in New York. And then Sunday, I head to Raleigh, North Carolina on Sunday.
Okay.
Where's you?
He's going to be in Harlem.
On Saturday?
Yeah, and it's like an all-day event. It's something about the orishas and how we can use that in today's world and stuff like that.
What time?
I'll send you the stuff.
Send me the info and then we go from there.
Yeah.
Saturday. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely, man.
As we always do. As you're aware, everything you're saying is in alignment with what I do when I move.
Yes.
And even when I'm not moving.
Yes.
You may not be aware, I may have told you before, I teach a class through this African network, homeschool network, named Sensational Minds in Atlanta.
That's homeschooling?
Yes. Queen Thais.
Check
30
this out.
plus years of homeschooling.
Before I forget, Baba, there's a young lady that my son went to pick up. And she has a daughter that she was homeschooling, or she may still be. So I want to make sure that you mentioned that back to me, so I can mention that to her, because I smoke a lot of weed, man. I forget everything.
I taught classes there. I've worked with Queen Thais. I also taught classes online.
Yes.
I had a young men's, what I call a boys to men program, which I still do. I had 27 students in my class online, from age 7 to like 19.
Nice.
And I teach them, these are all boys.
Yeah.
And they want me to come back and teach another class, because I homeschooled both my daughters for the first 3.5 years of their life.
Okay.
But I've always been an educator all my life.
Yes.
Period, as you know. Been doing the work since I was 5 in Toronto. Education, first change the narrative, change the mind, reorganize your words. That's where I phonetic spirit comes in. I'm phonetic spirit, so I tap into the phonics and then reorganize the spiritual connotation of the words for people, because most things is mispronounced. Working with Ma Ma Nandi and her organization, which is now being resurrected to do the work, because she's already put in 50 years? How many years was your organization? 50, 55 years?
Our organization started 40 years ago.
40 years.
And they are
Still up and running.
going on.
Beautiful.
And so I'm working with Ma Ma Nandi to also resurrect that. So then you can have the her organization partner with your tribal organization
Yes.
to put together, because you're already in alignment with what she was already doing. It's just a matter of,
Absolutely.
of reconstituting things to have a space
Absolutely.
and also have budget and have a curriculum and have the right staff, so that way it can continue.
Absolutely.
That way it doesn't matter if you are in Grenada or Guyana for a month. Every meetings are still here.
Yeah.
Drum classes are still going on.
Yes.
Wellness
Yes.
programs, workshops, seminars, all of that is happening. This is one of the reasons why I took my mission on the road, because there was not enough of this information already sitting in different places. So people would book me, come and speak. This is how I started. I told you this before.
Yes.
From the time I landed in New York in '87, January '87, I met a lady in New Jersey yesterday, and she was surprised. She says, "You've been doing this since 1987 in Brooklyn?" I said, "Yes. I've been on the streets, boot to the ground, Prospect Park, Wingate Park, Nostrand Avenue, Flatbush, Empire Boulevard. I lived 3 blocks down from Medgar Evers College.
Yes.
January 9th, 1987, I landed at JFK. Been on the mission ever since.
Nice.
I'm known in the cities,
Então,
every city, for boots on the ground. Not so much up here with the fluff stuff.
Yes.
I land right now in Atlanta, people know me. I land right now in Savannah, people know me. I land in Nashville, they know me. I land in Dallas, they know me. I land in Jacksonville, they know me. All the way to Miami. I land in Toronto, they know me. We do it. 2 months ago, I was with Dr. Smalls, my good buddy. We did the Divine Feminine conference at Essex College. I was there with him.
Yes.
I
In the
remember
room
at the table with Dr. Leonard Jeffries.
Yes.
então,
That's his partner.
We're all together.
That's his partner, man.
So, he's in Harlem. Both of us, Dr. Smalls is also a very good friend of Madhu. So when he found out that I knew Madhu for almost 20 years, he's like, "Wait a minute, you know what?" I said, "That's my mama." One of my spirituals.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be having, I think, an event coming up in Newburgh.
Yeah.
Maybe also on Saturday, whatever, in Newburgh. So it's a small. He's like, "Man, I've heard about you. I'm so glad that we're working together,"
Yes.
because he's aware of me through the other people
Yes.
that I mentioned. That's why a lot of times I don't have to say much about me. All I have to say is who I work with and who they are, and that speaks for itself. Dr. Kanye Vashon McGee, my good friend and mentor, who's now an ancestor, he's the one that started the Tree of Life bookstore in Harlem at 125th and Lenox in 1969.
Who owns that bookstore now?
No, they took it down. They tore it down. They
No, because
bulldozed
the
the block.
Fundishi has a store around there.
Correct, but not the Tree of Life. The original Tree of Life.
Yeah.
Dr. Kanye Vashon McGee started it.
Yeah.
In 1969 with $70 worth of book on a sidewalk.
Wow.
Vision and a dream. $70 worth of book on the table. Later on, he had a 3,500 square foot center. 125th Lenox. Everybody who's anybody in consciousness came to his bookstore, his life center.
Wow.
When Dr. Kanye, he lived in Atlanta the last couple of years of his life, right off MLK. I would go meet him all the time, take him shopping, take him everything. He passed away close to 90. This is an elder who I sat with and worked with.
Yeah.
One of the few people that's allowed to print his material with Tree of Life on it, me.
Wow.
So when Dr. Kanye said his father was the first brother, first Moor to have a fund on Wall Street called the Everman Fund. He started the Everyman Fund so we can have investment.
Wow.
He wanted Kanye to come and join him. He went to school for business and finance. He joined him on Wall Street, but he said he couldn't find the vibe on Wall Street. Joe wasn't where his heart was at. He was into the ethereal and something else. So he quit Wall Street to go work for the people. He started his center on the Saturday Road with books, built the center up, got enough space. Now when he said this to me, I realized who I was fully dealing with. He says, "Baba Jah." He called me Baba Jah, Brother Jah. He says, "Brother Jah, I read 10,000 books and I took my favorite 7,000 and put in my center." Right there, I knew who I was dealing with. Have you ever met a man that read 10,000 books and then took his 7,000 favorite titles and put in his building? That's what I meant.
Yes.
That's the center in 1969 where Lloyd Strayhorn started even teaching numerology at Dr. Kanye Center.
There's a famous young lady, Baba, that does a lot of numerology over there too. I forgot her name, man.
Well, let me
She's
know
young.
her name and I'll let you know if I know her.
Light-skinned sister, young.
In Harlem?
Yes.
Well, Lloyd Strayhorn is one of the foremost numerologists.
Yeah.
Because he started showing the ancient science, which the Dogon already did.
Yeah.
He just started putting it together for them.
Right.
And so Lord Strayhorn started teaching numerology at Dr. Kanye's Center in 1969 in Harlem. Everybody came to Dr. Kanye's Center because he had the books about finding the third eye, Kundalini, astral projection, all the books that you couldn't find nowhere else in the hood, he brought to the hood, 7,000 of them to be exact. Wow. Put them in his center. People flew from Germany to come to Harlem to study his books. This is how well known he was.
Where is he now?
Ancestor. Passed. He did his work. 90-something years.
Where is his center?
Kemet used to be in Harlem.
Born Saturday, man. If you want to go.
It used to be at the corner of 125th and Lennox, not too far from where El Hajj Malik El Shabazz set up the center. So Victor Kovinskas, guy that wrote Survival in the 21st Century, well known around the world, came and did presentations and launched his book at Dr. Kanye's Center. Dr. George Xavier Love, who's my Qigong instructor and also shaman, Seminole shaman, Zulu, indigenous warrior priest, Kemetic priest, and an acupuncture doctor of medicine in Oriental medicine in Boca. He's the one that I learned my Qigong from. Okay, he's still practicing doctor in West Palm Beach right now. Dr. George Xavier Love learned information from Dr. Kanye along with his mentor in Chinese herbal medicine, moved to Chinatown for 6 years, and got a 400+ year lineage Qigong. The Qigong I practice was passed down from father to son for 400+ years to Dr. Love.
Wow.
He's the only one living alive with that depository because Li Wenban, his mentor, his senior, his two sons declined to carry the tradition on. So when his two sons didn't want to carry on, he adopted Dr. Love and moved Dr. Love to Chinatown for 6 years and taught him everything. Dr. Love taught me. And the hadn't taught me everything yet. I still have more to know, but I'm carrying an authentic family Qigong, 400+ years. From father to son. So that is the Qigong I used to help heal my body in 2008 when I had massive sciatic nerve pain. I had massive sciatica.
Yes.
And finally ordered. I wake up in Savannah that morning. I was working at Gulfstream designing airplanes, G4, G5s. And I got off the bed and was like, what the heck? What did I do? Why am I in pain? And it was hurting, kept getting worse. I went to a chiropractor. And then that same week, I got a contract offer from Gulfstream. from Pratt & Whitney, Sikorsky Pratt & Whitney. They want me to come to West Palm Beach to work on Black Hawk helicopter, Seahawk.
Wow.
So I took the contract and I went to West Palm just in time to find that Dr. Love is down the road in Deerfield Beach. So I was already talking to buddies with everything. He says, come on down. He puts me on the table, you do the acupuncture, show me the chi moves. I incorporate that into my raw diet. I had a raw lifestyle, 100% juice feasting, so I decided to go liquid for 6 months. I drank nothing but liquids for 6 months. My Vitamix was on 3 times a day, everything in a jar. Rebuild my entire body. Never had to go to the doctor, never had to take medication, never had surgery. I went from being able to can't even sit on a toilet to do number 2.
I know the feeling.
Yes. I went fully active. People see me, they look at me, they say, this guy is crazy.
Give thanks.
Look at that.
Give thanks.
Okay, I went from not being able to sit on a toilet and take a shit to this.
Holy cow.
Give thanks.
Okay, so when people see me, they have no clue.
Yes.
See, I let the beard fool them. They're like, oh, this old guy. I say, old guy, I like you. You're very stupid. See?
He's amazing.
Yes.
So-
And he takes the time to come see me.
Yeah, that's what I told you. This trip wasn't planned. I had to come see her because I hadn't been here for 2 months.
Yeah.
I hadn't been up here. That's
Yeah.
why you haven't seen me.
Yeah.
Because I always call you when I'm coming.
Absolutely, yeah.
I always tell you when I'm coming.
Yeah.
You're gonna know.
I didn't hear for a while.
I've been in Raleigh. I painted a whole house for my mom down there, 3 floors. I got a couple bathrooms left, so get her ready for retirement. And then my brother is there, my nephew's there, and then I've been in Orlando with my family, my daughter. I have to go back to Orlando. My daughter's birthday is on the 30th, so that's why I'm working my way back down now.
Right.
In Orlando.
Yes.
Celebrate my daughter's 14th.
Absolutely.
She's already in high school before 14. And so I came, did 4 days, 5 days of work. Brooklyn, Thursday, Friday, Brooklyn, Saturday, Jersey, Sunday, Harlem, back to Jersey, Monday, here, Tuesday.
You coming back here Tuesday?
You see how many?
No,
Coming back here Tuesday?
That was his
No,
move.
no.
That was the move he just bought.
Yesterday.
Okay. I'm about to
So
say,
I just did between Thursday, see, every day is a different place.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, Jersey, Harlem, Jersey, Connecticut.
Okay.
In a row, no days break.
Are you traveling? Man, that's a lot of travel.
That's what I'm trying to show you, the miracle I'm here. He's like, you should, man, you don't understand what I've been through in 7 days.
Yes.
Oh, the day before that, I flew up from Raleigh before, on Wednesday. So last Wednesday I was in Raleigh. So between last Wednesday and today, look how many places I done mentioned. Came from Raleigh,
Yeah.
Bronx, then Brooklyn, Jersey, Harlem, Jersey, Connecticut.
And now you
All in 8 days.
Wow. That's a lot,
All right.
Give them
So,
somebody up there.
so,
I hear things
so
going
this
on.
is why.
You expect somebody?
All right. So this is why I do
man.
want
Want
to
to check?
check. You can check for a second.
Yeah, because the door's not open.
So
Wow.
everything you're saying, we're doing mobile, but we need centers. So that's actually part of my vision.
Yes.
It's also part of her vision
Yes.
to have physical centers back again,
Yes.
physical buildings
Yeah.
open to the public
Yes.
with regular scheduled events
Yes.
to educate the youth, the elders, and everyone, the men and women. We're gonna have men restoration. I'm part of several men mental wellness programs.
Yes.
I do one in Daytona Beach. I do one in Orlando. We have one in Atlanta. There's another one we're trying to put together maybe in New York City area, and we're gonna need one in Connecticut.
Yeah, we
I've
need one here.
spoken to you about that the
Yeah.
first time I came to.
Yeah, no, we need that here.
Remember
brother.
we had that discussion from
Yes, yes, we
years
did.
ago when I
Yes.
came here the first time.
Yeah.
Because you had men, mostly men, few
Yeah.
women, but you had mostly men in the room.
Yeah.
And I said we need to make sure this is also a men mental wellness,
Yes.
and men's building
Yeah, building up.
chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chest, what I remember I started telling them, living from the chest.
Gio, come down.
Next
Yeah,
level
yeah,
chest.
yeah.
Next level chest, right? Remember I
Yeah,
said it in the room?
yeah.
So it's about teaching them chest that's not even on the board.
Yes.
That other level chest.
Yes.
Living from the chest, mental chest, 7 level chest.
Yes.
So everything you're saying is in divine order, and I agree with you, and I support that about having eventually a building of some sort. Figure out how to get the funding
Yeah.
so we can have a place for us
Yeah.
with a garden.
Yes.
It has to have greenery around it.
Yeah.
We have to be able to grow food.
Yeah.
Barefoot, I'm known as a barefoot rocket scientist. We have to be able to ground.
Yes.
Yes.
The power of grounding.
Yes.
Shoes are not natural. Shoes are only needed for industrial work.
Yes.
That's the reason you need a shoe. If you're gonna do something that can get your foot chopped off, please make sure you wear the
Yes.
right footwear.
Yes.
And as soon as you get off that job, take the shoe off.
Right. And
You get connected back to nature.
Yes.
So it's not that you should never have shoes.
Gio, here.
You
Come
need
on, man.
shoes.
Right here, Gio.
It's not that you shouldn't wear shoes. Shoes are needed for industrialization. When they went through the Industrial Revolution and they put everybody in factories, people will get mangled and caught up in the machine. So they had, you need shoes then. But aside from that, you should always be barefoot. So the minute you leave your job, let's say you're a firefighter, whatever, with construction, wear the right shoe obviously for the job so you don't get messed up. But as soon as you get home, and we used to live like this. When we lived in the island they call Jamaica, where the Jamaica company does business, we couldn't wait to get home from school to take off our uniform and our shoes. Couldn't even wait. As soon as you get home, can't wait to get out of that stuff. And immediately, barefoot outside, I run to my garden, I check on my okras, my tomatoes, my sugar cane. We run to the rivers, if it's mango season, we run to my cousins and I, we used to race to the mango tree to see who could pick up the most mangoes that fell during the day while we were at school. Race, man, we going to the woods, barefoot, He's trying to race me and I'm trying to race him, and then we get to the mango tree and we're trying to find all the right mangoes that fell. Because when we at school during the day, mangoes are falling.
That's cozy.
You couldn't wait to get home to take off your uniform, take off your shoes, and barefoot outside. Race to the river.
Come on in, sister. Come on in.
You made it. Well, glad to see you all. I'm glad you're able to make it. Someone took you up. Did I told you? Just let you know.
What's up, Miss Washington?
How are you?
How you feeling?
Pleasure. Nice seeing you again.
Thank you for coming, yes.
Oh, I love your hair.
Yes.
And your clothes. Did you say pretty? Looks like today I'm a pretty. That's right.
Give thanks.
That's right. We give thanks to every day.
Sit in that corner. And the cozy, you can sit right there or you can sit next to the phone, okay? Whatever you want.
But yes, so I just wanted to share that. Everything thank you first of all for sharing what you're bringing. These beautiful jewels that you're bringing.
Thank you, bro.
From your journeys. And I want to reiterate, I'm with you 100% in terms of elders, children, women, the less fortunate, people who are maybe not fully mobile. Having that as a part of the curriculum is right in line with my mission statement. My mission has always been to have holistic centers in every city that needs it for our people. Yes. Just so you know, that's been part of my business plan. I've been working on that. Okay. First time I came here years ago, one of the things that stuck out to me was how many boarded up buildings I saw in Hartford. And there was a program I was looking at online before even coming here, where the city was divesting buildings for people who had good business plan and could take the building over and show that they can put a program in place. In some cases, they were giving away buildings for $1. They were doing the same thing in Baltimore. My friends from Baltimore, Baltimore ran that program last year for 4 months. They were giving away blighted buildings, boarded up for years, on the books. Some of them had taxes owed. They would give the city, if you come with a good business plan and show that you can, what you're going to do with it, they would literally give you the building for $1 just to transfer it into your name. We're talking a boarded up brownstone, 5-story building, 3-story building. It might need $300,000 worth of work, but it doesn't matter. The point is you're getting $1 million building for $300,000 for $1. So you go to the bank, you get the $300,000, you rehab the whole thing, gut it out, update all the electrical, the plumbing, and now for $300,000 you got $1.5 million building. Building's worth $1.5 million as soon as you put $300,000 in it. You didn't pay for it; they give it to you for $1. Remember that, you didn't buy it; you're just getting the loan to rehab it. So this is the kind of thinking. While I'm driving around Hartford, I'm like, wow, look at this building. It's all boarded up. All the windows are boarded up.
A lot of them.
Just nice brick buildings. I'm like, how can I get 2 of these? One on each side, one on, to service the people, because you can get those buildings 3-4 stories. Some have nice basement already finished out. Some don't have a finished basement, but you go get the loan, the rehab loan for that. And now you have a fully functional 3-4 story building.
Can we take a break?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna take a break to get you.
Thank you, Bob.
And then we're gonna have soup coming up for you guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Keep your fork.
Don't throw.
Keep your forks for the salad.
Yeah, there's salad coming. You're none of those words. So I'm glad you brought that up. Even the religions, what we have to understand is all the indigenous. One of the classes I took early, the Spirit told me to take this class in college. Called Religions of Mankind, where I studied the 8 major religions. I think this was 1992. Yeah. Wow. Second year of college. So I studied all 8 major religions and found out that most of them, 90% of them are all the same. It's only the 10% that they differ. So it's Shintoism, Taoism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism. I studied all the 8 major ones. Then later on, I went back to study in African indigenous ones, which they didn't teach in school, but I was already studying in the islands through what we call Maroon tradition, Coromantee, different kind of names. We have our own names for those. And so Pocomania, we have different spiritual systems that was taught in the islands, similar to what they call voodoo or obia. And I was able to put the pieces together. So the indigenous people followed nature. All of the original spiritual systems, let me just put it that way. I'm not going to call it a religion. Religion is how you reorganize and how you latch on or come together. So a legion is a group, like legionnaires. And religion is what you're pronouncing. But you've been told it's religion. It's a religion. Okay? So the word itself, the phonetic, is not being used properly. So most of the things people are saying is phonetically wrong. So I'm phonetic spirit. Well, my purpose on the planet is to put the phonics back in its correct form. So you are religion, meaning tribe, birds of a feather flock together, find your tribe, your group, and religion. Get back together with your legion. The indigenous teachings, for example, what they're calling Christianity is Karastion or Karashion. which is KRST, ancient Kemetic, ancient Nubian Kush. Which is why to this day the most oldest people that they're calling Christian is in Ethiopia. So if you don't have a 1511 Bible, if you don't have a 1511 Ethiopian book, do you need some help there, Ma Ma Nandi? What are you trying to do? Oh, all you have to do is let me know and I'll get to that. Anything else you need me to bring in? Okay, good.
If they need more, there's some
Okay.
drinks, water, soda.
Fine. Oops, wrong one. How do you shut off this light? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so the 1511 Ethiopian Bible is one of the oldest quote unquote Christian books. But remember the ancient, what they call the ancient Orthodox Coptic. But even then, 1511 is still new. It's funny that we have allowed people to shape the narrative to where we're still referring to things in 1511 as if that's a new thing, as if that's old. When we know we have people on the planet that's been here millions of years old. So even then, if I frame the conversation around 1511, I still got you. We have been in this land for thousands, if not millions of years. But yet we let people shape the narrative that they brought us here on some ships.
You were here already.
That's why they were willing to fund 1619. The government put money behind that because if we can keep you focused on 1619 to now, you won't focus on anything prior to 1619. Okay? Dr. Claude Anderson, beautiful brother, love him. He has a book that talks about the Folsom people. The Folsom people in Europe, they named them after the area. It's Folsom, Arizona, Folsom, where they dug up these bones, and the bones are dated 9,000 plus years old.
Wow.
Original Americans, us, in the ground, documented 9,000 plus years ago. So why are you talking about a 1619? If you understand that you have documented archaeological evidence that you were here 9,000 plus years ago. There's pyramids here that's older than the ones in Giza. On this land.
Yes.
Documented.
Yes.
A couple months ago I was here with my mom in the Bronx. We went to the Museum of Natural History and Science by Central Park. And one of the galleries had a Olmec head. It's on my Instagram page. I'm standing next to my family. Big Olmec head, massive, taller than this roof. Some of those heads have been dated to over 200,000 years. Massive megalithic stone heads, dated in the Americas over 200,000 years. So why are we talking again about a 1619?
Wow.
That's how long you have documented evidence that you've already been on this piece of dirt. Because this is technically West Africa, if you want to call it that. And that's East Africa. Because at one time,
it was all one.
They were one. Before they broke apart and created the Atlantean Rift. That's how long we've been on this dirt, when it was connected to that piece of dirt. That's why and some of the ancient ones says, we never came here. Here was already here.
Yeah.
You get what they're telling you?
Yes.
Because they said, no, we never came here. Here was already here.
Been here.
What do they mean by that? The dirt drifted away with us. We never left where we was. We always was where we was. That's how old we've been here. The continent drifted away, split apart, and left with our family. We never had to get on no boat. What boat? The land was one. There was no sea between us. So what I need a boat for? When it was one land, you just walked around. Then later on, tectonic plate shift. Earth busts up from Pangea, whatever they call it, and pieces started shifting. This is how ancient your history. So this is why we have to teach. This is part of the information I've been educating people on since birth. And that's why I was called the crazy child all my life, because I would say stuff and they were like, how you know that? You can't know that. Where'd you read that? I don't have a book. Because I came with it already. And I tap into the Akashic record and pull the rest. And I tap into the earth and pull the rest. And really what you're doing when you say pull the rest, you're accessing your 700 trillion cells that has information in you. Really, that's what you're accessing. Because you have everything in you. They just did a study. that showed that the human genome can hold, I forget how many petabytes of data, and it just so happens that the amount of data that your genome can hold is the amount of data they claim exists from the Big Bang.
Wow.
Let that sink in. Your DNA can hold the exact same amount of information that exists in all of creation. So you are an exact suppository of everything.
Wow. That's very
Nature
interesting.
always reproduces itself. The same way how your hand tells everything about you, the same way how your face tells everything about you, the same way how your eyes tell everything about you, the same way the bottom of your foot tells everything about you, the same way you tell everything about everything. You're just a replica of everything in a smaller package. Just like my whole body's in my hand. My whole body's in my eye. I'm a certified iridologist. I can analyze your body through your eyes. There's an ear in your eye for every part of your body. There's an ear on the bottom of your foot for every part of your body. But the same way, you are a part of the whole multiverse. And everything in the multiverse is in you. You're just accessing it through different action, different motion, different events, allow you to activate and access all of the information. Obviously, you can't access all of it at once. You overwhelm yourself. So it's almost like you forget 99.9% of everything that you exist in you, and you're only accessing that 1.1% of 0.1%, and you get to interact with that for 150 years. That's how much information is in you. That only 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% take you 150 years to figure out.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Can everyone go around and say their name and tell us what their names mean?
Beautiful.
I'll be right back.
Starting
You
with
get my pick.
Crystal.
Oh, okay. I was about to say started with.
Okay, my name is Crystal Washington. I don't know what my name means. It's an English name, but people call me Ama, Amenti Sankofa.
What does Alma mean?
Ama is an Akan name for a female born on Saturday. According to Akan cosmology, each day of the week is governed by a god and a goddess, and the child born on that day has the spiritual attributes of that deity. What else? Correlating with the planetary bodies and things like that.
The astrological, yeah.
Yeah. So the 7-day calendar that the Akan people use, because every tribe use different calendars and have different days of their, different.
Yeah, that they observe.
Yeah. So the 7-day calendar actually goes back to Kemet, and when the invasion with the Hyksos and Greeks and things like that. So a lot of us migrated from Kemet and went to West Africa. Some of us kept certain things and some of us decided, or not decided, but whatever was told for them to do, then that's what.
Right, they follow that, yeah.
Yeah. So, so that's what Ama is. Amenti. So Amenti came to me in a dream.
So, what's your name and what does it mean?
My name is Kosia, and my name means that I was born on the Sunday.
Nice. Love it. Hey, Tom.
My name is Antonio Delgado. Honestly, this is something that I need to start doing my own research on. However, I have heard that it's an Italian name, but I'm gonna have to include that in my research.
Okay. And you, mother?
My name is Elba Delgado, and I don't know what my name means.
My name is.
We already know what your name is.
Okay.
But you can.
Yeah, go ahead.
They
Gio.
know, huh? Okay.
My name is Giovanni, and the only information
I
I've
can't
ever.
hear you. I have.
Sorry, excuse me. My name is Giovanni, and the only information I've ever received about my name is that it translates to God's gift or Earth's gift.
Is that what it is?
That's what he says it is, yeah.
Okay.
God's gift.
Okay. And you, my sister?
My name is Erica, and honestly, I don't know the meaning to my name.
My name is Nandi, Queen of the Elephants,
Yes.
highly reverend.
Beautiful.
What's
And I
your
love
name?
your shirt, Sister Nandi.
Thank you.
That's the national animal of Cote d'Ivoire,
I know,
the elephant.
I know.
Beautiful. Okay, Baba,
What's your
came
name?
back to you now.
Oh, back to me? Okay.
Your name and what it means.
I have many names. So from,
No one. What's the main one that you use? All of them?
yes.
I say.
I'm known as Baba Jah-Sun, and the Jah has 2 dashes between the Jah and the Sun. And it means, the full name is Jahuti Ma'at Ra Ankh, which means divine wisdom and justice in balance, shining bright, which manifests eternal life for the Ankh.
That's beautiful.
So divine wisdom and justice in balance, shining bright, manifesting eternal life. Jahuti is the scribe of the gods, or Tahuti.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'at, the wings of justice.
Yes.
Ra, divine light. Ankh, eternal life. Jahuti Ma'at Ra Ankh. My other legal name is Montego Il Zamakali Bey. From the mountain, he goes to the bay with the sword of Ra generation. That's the Mama Kali, which is normally shown as a woman with like 6-7 hands. Death, resurrection, decapitated head, and the swords, Mama Kali. Like Mama Kali Stisson from the Kemetic or the eastern side. So it's basically dealing with death, burial, resurrection. The Ra generation.
Wow.
Because that happens to you every day.
Give thanks.
And so that's what I'm here to manifest, is to show you how to kill the part of you that needs to die, bad habits, blockages, limitation, and resurrect forever your eternity, your divinity.
Yes.
Give thanks.
And?
Yes, ma'am. Kemet Maroon. The last name Maroon is, my family are Maroons from Jamaica. And the Kemet came from, I was named after my father. The first name was Kelly. So I had to find a name that actually, in numerology, said Kemet. And my name on a vibration frequency as well as a wavelength, it comes out to Kemet. When you say Kemet, it's like you're saying Kelly. They use the same vibration. So I'm just thankful.
Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you for being here.
Give time.
Now, the ones that don't know what the meaning of their name is, Baba, you said earlier that we should own the vibration of who we are through our name. So we should try to use a name that makes us feel like who we are and be proud of it.
Yes.